Your actions made me feel, which led to. Now, this template, main benefits would be being clear, not diluting the message, not coming off as harsh. Even though if it's in a time sensitive situation, we will be able to foster relationships. It can be used in a positive as well as in a negative context. This is Joel Samuel, an emotional intelligence counselor. Let's dive into this for a better understanding. We'll begin with I have noticed your frequent interruptions. You can add a time like during our last meeting, or in the boardroom, or any time which relates to your real context. Made me feel disrespected. You can take their name here, which led to our inefficiency, John, in delivering the project on time. Example two. Same, we can begin with I have noticed. It's a good way of beginning a conversation and getting their attention, especially when they are busy. It's a polite way of beginning. There's no accusation, and you simply want to have an objective talk. I have noticed your lack of acknowledgement of my contributions made me feel undervalued, which led to a decreased motivation and productivity. A tendency, Matthew, to micromanage has made me feel undervalued and powerless, which has led to reduced motivation and innovation. Did we do something about it? Alice, I've noticed your failure to provide feedback to me on time made me feel overlooked and powerless, which led to confusion and our poor performance. And the fifth example, Anderson, can I have a word with you? I have noticed your ignoring of my suggestions, which made me feel overlooked and unheard, which led to missed opportunities for improvements. The reason why we are beginning our sentences with your is so that we don't have a defensive response. We don't have an accusatory tone. The reason we're providing them which made me feel is giving a human touch over here. Like they have been some repercussions to their actions. There has been an outcome. Hence, we say, which has led to. So even they are able to see, oh, it has led to confusion in our team when I was interrupting, when I was ignoring their suggestions, when I had a tendency to micromanage. They would be able to see. Let's look at the remaining five examples. Now, here, the context is someone you told to delegate something, they didn't do it. So we can say, Matthew, I have noticed your reluctance in delegating a task made me feel overwhelmed because they're not delegating the task, so it is getting all piled up on you, perhaps on your shoulders. So, and it led to a burnout and decreased efficiency. Or in the same context, we can say something like, Anderson, I've noticed your reluctance in delegating of tasks made me feel underutilized. This is the person who is supposed to be delegated and responding, which led to frustration, which made me feel a loss of my potential contribution. Next, we have someone who has been criticizing, probably joking, and expecting for us to not take it too seriously. But let's just get it addressed. You could say something like, Michael, I have noticed ever since I have joined the company, your constant criticism and the lack of praise and acknowledgement has made me feel underappreciated, which has led to a low morale and a lack of motivation in me. Here, the context is perhaps someone has been shutting down your ideas in the meeting, even though you are a seasoned professional and have the expertise. Here, you can address Mr. Andrew like this. Mr. Andrew, I have noticed your dismissive attitude to my feedbacks and suggestions has made me feel belittled, which has led to a low morale and a reduced motivation. And last but not the least, Michael, your exclusion of me from the important meetings, from the prime meetings, has made me feel isolated and undervalued, which has led to a lack of engagement and collaboration. Would we do something about it? But in order for us to see the genuine results, so even though we spend hours on learning this technique, I suggest we genuinely believe in these words from our heart. From the abundance of our heart, we speak. That's in Luke, somewhere, chapter 6. The main idea is whatever we believe deep down in our hearts comes on the tongue. In these lessons, this is the power of assertive speaking.